Howdy folks, we're back at it with another video. Got some bad news, got some good news. Here's what's going on. So, my rear end differentials are shot, or dang near shot. Get some major vibrations going on under a load. Drives great when it's just bobtailing, but when you're hogging on it with a load, it just shakes the truck apart. Took it to a mechanic, kind of wasted a week. They told me what I already knew. Bunch of slop in there. They said, before you get too deep into it, just probably better off just rebuilding the rear end. So I was like, well, how much does that cost? He told me 10 grand about. And I said, well, this is not a $10,000 truck, so we're not going to do that. Long story short, tracked down some salvage parts. We got a real good salvage yard for these old trucks. Found some gears. We're going to change these. These are 417 gears, and it goes slow. I run about 60 mile an hour all the time. I was able to find a set of 386 gears. That'd be a lot nicer. Of course, I got tall rubber on here, but it's still 2 grand at 60 mile an hour. We need to go a little faster than that. So, the shop that's going to put them in, which is also at the salvage yard, they are about a week away from getting anything new in to do the swap. So, what we're going to do right now, since this truck is extremely loud and it's not unbearable to drive, but you shut the truck off at the end of a 500 mile day and you can still hear it running, kind of deal. So I got me some insulation, and we're going to insulate this cab and the firewall and see if we can quiet it down a little bit. So yeah, I'll just kind of take you through the steps as I go. I ain't going to show you every little detail, but I'll kind of give you the idea. I mean, the general idea is take the crap out, put some crap in, make sure it sticks, and that's about all there is to it. But first step is you got to clean your dang truck out. Whether that's week-old mashed potatoes or a Snapple container or your jug of oil that you keep on you all the time because the oil slobbers everywhere. Got to take it all out. Going to take the seats out. I don't know what the crap this thing is. I'm going to see if it's even hooked up. I don't know. Some electrical box, but who knows. But anyway, we'll get them seats took out first. Here's a little fun fact for you. This is a level air seat. I don't know if it's original or not. That's a serial number. But this has got a goofy little setup. I never really understood how it worked until I played with it right now. Another fun fact, you take that air line loose there, and it's got air to it all the time. Which would be why this thing never sinks down over time. But anyway, so this lever up here moves this little guy. Where's that? Right there. If you see that little groove, where are we at? Right there, that will kind of automatically give you an adjustment. So if you want it, it's got like 3 different settings. And that's the highest setting all the way down. You bump it up one notch and kind of move it around a little bit. And this rod will settle into that groove that I just showed you. And then go up one more and it'll settle lower. Kind of an automatic deal, but not exactly. I don't know. Kind of goofy. I didn't know how it worked. Now I do. Maybe you kind of understand it now. It is important to keep this lubed up pretty good because everything moves. It's got grease fitting there on that rod and that. Where are we at? That rod there, and then that one there. And then I just put WD-40 on everything that moves because it squeaked like a son of a gun when I first got this truck. Anyway, that's how it works, just so you know. And to unbolt this thing, there's 2 bolts here 3 bolts back there, and I think that's pretty much it. Take the airline off, and yeah, that should get the seat out. Okay, rookie mistake. It's those 2 bolts and that bolt there. Not those 3. That's just the plate that the seat mounts to. So don't take that big plate off, just take the seat off. Well, there's one piece of it. This is a 2-piece floor. I'd say that is shot. Yep, that's what that is. And it unveiled all this Mickey Mouse garbage. Hopefully it's not too bad, but that's passenger floor. Pretty rough. I have to weld something in there, but yeah, I don't know what this thing is. I mean, it tells you what it is. I'm going to try and delete it if it's not hooked up to anything important. Now remember, kids, there's a simple solution to every problem. Problem solved. Okay, so here we are on day 2. Got all the junk out of the trunk here. And got it all cleaned up, kind of emptied out. Got that back part off, seat out. Flooring out, cleaned up as good as I can. I just used I don't know if this is for cleaning dishes or whatever, pretty stiff brush. Brushed it and vacuumed it out as good as I can. And it's still dirty and rusty, and I don't really like it that much. I don't think my insulation is going to stick to it very well. So, if you haven't used this stuff, it's pretty sweet. It is just rubber in a can. Goes on like spray paint. I'm going to put a coat of that on the floor and then let that dry. Hopefully it'll dry. It's supposed to be about 50 degrees today, so hopefully it'll be warm enough to dry off. And that'll give us something good to stick to. This stuff will stick on pretty much anything, supposedly even wet surfaces and all that. But I use that for the inside of my toolbox on my gooseneck. Works real good, durable stuff, and that'll help kind of keep that stuff from rusting out anymore. Not sure if I'm going to leave that there or not. I may cut it off. So we'll let this Flex Seal dry and then put in our insulation. It's got an adhesive side to it, and then we will put some more insulation on that. And then for the flooring, kind of going to do something different. Just because the way I am, we're going to put leather on the floor. And I found this bad boy at the leather shop. And I actually found a nice big piece. I'm just going to cut out, use this old thing for a template, and cut it out in leather. This is thick harness leather. It is pretty substantial stuff. So then we can scratch it and ding it up, and it'll just last. It's white, looks white. That's just wax on it. That'll wear off. I may clean it off. I don't know, but we'll put that in there, and then when it starts looking like crap, then we'll just put some oil on it, wipe it off again, and away we go. I couldn't think of anything more durable than harness leather. And I called the Mack dealership. Of course, they having a terrible time trying to find a new floor mat. So we're just going to do this. And yeah, I'll keep you posted. Okay, we got our coat on. Did a real nice job like I thought it would. It's already dry. 2 hours of sitting. And yes, that is a little heater for our house that we use in our bedroom. But this is all dried within 2 hours, and we can move on to the next step, which is putting some insulation in. This is from LMC. I don't know how impressed I am with it yet because I haven't used it. But sticky side there, it's just padding, and it's got you can see it's got a little aluminum in there. It's supposed to be good stuff. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I got a few pieces in here. Figured I'd show you kind of what I'm doing. Try to do the big areas first, and then what you cut off, just kind of stick it up in different areas. You know, little pieces like that there and that there. But kind of what I'm doing is you measure, just get a rough measurement one way and then the other. Then you come over here and measure it on your insulation, whatever this crap is called. Mark it off, get you a good solid straight edge, and make that perfectly straight line like so. And then you got two options. You can use a razor blade. These things are awesome. Obviously I broke this one off. They're $2. Yeah, they're great. Then you just cut. Now you don't want to go all the way through because you'll tear this foam piece of it. So you're going to want to steal your wife's scissors out of the house. She'll be in the junk drawer or utensil drawer in the kitchen. Remember, those are hers. You have to put them back. Those are your wife's scissors. She does not know you're using these, so if she comes out, we're going to hide them. But anyway, scissors work real good for this stuff, and use a razor blade to cut through the aluminum piece here. And it's not rocket science. I mean, you're putting sticky pad down everywhere, so it's covered up. That's pretty much all there is to it. And I did get this little roller tool from LMC. Come with the, or didn't come with it, I bought it, but that's what you're supposed to use with this. Works pretty good. I kind of like it. You can kind of get around if you got some bolts and stuff underneath, like I did up here. You can kind of just get on each side of it with the edge and kind of push it down. It breaks through that little aluminum area. But yeah, not too hard, just time consuming. So have a good solid afternoon with it and go to town. Alright, well, we got it laid in for the most part. Rolled on real nice. And everything even up in there around the corner. And got it all covered, so now it's time to start fitting this leather in. I got it kind of roughed out. It's going to be way too big when I put it in there, but we'll get it closer as we play along with it. And then I got some more stuff to put underneath, and I figured it'd be easier to get the leather right and then trace out what I need and then lay that in, glue it in, and then put the leather on top. So it'll be kind of double, triple insulated, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so we're going to start getting this leather fitted in there and go from there. Okay, so we got insulation in, or more insulation. Turned out pretty good. Just placed the leather on top of it and traced it out. Got that leather to fit pretty good. And then I just went a little long up in there. Yeah, probably could have went a little higher right there, but that's what it is. I was gonna use that spray adhesive and glue this whole thing down. Of course, we got all our wires and stuff still underneath there. I think I'll just leave it like that and maybe glue right here and then glue up top in there to keep it from falling down right around there. And that way, if I need to pull it up, I can just pull it up. I think I'll do the same with the leather. I don't think I'll glue the leather at all. It's so stiff. Honestly, it's just a glorified floor mat. but it ain't going nowhere. So if I need to get to any of them wires or something, they're just right under there. And this way I got padding underneath and on top so they don't rub through. Yeah, I'll get that glued in a little bit, and then we'll throw the leather in there, and we'll be pretty much done with this job. In case you're wondering what I'm using for glue, or what I call glue, it's this 3M high strength stuff. It's supposed to be good stuff. I've never used it. I've never used any spray adhesive, yeah, we're going to give it a try. I don't know why it wouldn't work. Most everybody else uses it, any videos I've seen, so we'll just spray some in there. Okay, folks, got her in. This is the pretty much the final product. I went ahead and left that rubber mat in there, and figure it's there, why not just leave it there. And yeah, everything laid out pretty decent. Was able to use the original, yeah, whatever that is. I don't know what you call that. The original piece of something. Turned out for pretty decent look. Don't mind that overspray. It'll wear off. But yeah, got insulation all up in there and all around the corner. It should be a lot quieter. I was wanting to put that multi-purpose mat insulation on top of this as well. I didn't have enough, so I'll have to get some more. But I think it'll be a lot better, way better than it was. It was pretty simple process. I mean, you just take your time. It takes a while. This took me 3 full afternoons. After knowing what I know now, probably could have got it done in a single day if you just worked most, 8-10 hours or whatever. Just went to town on it. Could have done it a lot quicker. The only thing I have left to do is obviously put the seat in, and then I'm going to make a little, or a bigger bracket, or maybe not bracket, flange, whatever you want to call it, to hold them shifter boots down. And I think I'm going to make it pretty big and thick, kind of big and obnoxious to help hold that leather down. And the floor is rusted out, so I don't really want to use the same screw holes, so we're just going to kind of make a big plate of steel there, and I don't know, I'll kind of polish it up a little bit and doll it up as much as I can. It won't be chrome, but it'll be not rust. So yeah, we'll do that next. Okay, so for this part, for the shifter, this is the original. It's aluminum. It's kind of junk. So I'm going to improvise, and this is all I have laying around. I got a bunch of this stuff. It's 1.5 by 3-inch tubing, pretty thin-walled stuff. But so what I did was I cut it down, got the flat part out of it, and naturally it bowed like a son of a gun. But that's all right. And then cut out some pieces here. Just kind of eyeballed it for now. We're gonna make this a lot bigger, just a lot more surface area. You dang cat. And then my floor is rusty, so I kind of need new material, so I'll just put some bolts, or probably self-tapping screws actually, and go through there. That'll help that leather lay down a lot nicer. And yeah, just kind of different, something different, a little overkill, but who cares. But if you ain't got stuff laying around, or if you ain't got the money to buy stuff, such as my situation, just find what you got laying around and make it work. That's what all the old timers did, because most of the old timers were broke. But yeah, this will turn out better than what you think it will, I think. I'll just weld that up, grind it down, make it kind of shiny. If I'm feeling ambitious, I may put some clear coat on it, just to keep it from rusting, but probably won't rust inside the truck too much. But yeah, we'll get that welded up. Okay, we got her welded up. It is in no way, shape, or form flat, nor is this table. But that's all right, because I think, yeah, we got a big old bow in it. I think if I put that down and put the screws through it, it'll kind of flatten out. If not, oh well. I mean, I'm the only one that's going to be seeing it most of the time anyway, so I'm going to do a little grinding, kind of shine it up, clean it up a little bit, drill some holes in it. Oh, if you're wondering what I'm using for a welder, no, it's not a Harbor Freight special this time. It's a $100 pawn shop special with a Harbor Freight welder or helmet. If you get a helmet, that one kind of sucks. I am not a welder at all, but I can do this kind of stuff. I can make stuff stick. But yeah, that helmet sucks because just, I mean, the screen's fine, or the shield's fine, whatever, but everything else about it just kind of sucks. But, so there's this little welder on the 5th, I think I got on a 20 amp breaker. You can only do tack welds, just tack weld, wait for like 3 seconds and then do it again, or that breaker will flip. But you don't need fancy equipment to get stuff done. So yeah, I'll get her cleaned up. Alright folks, I didn't get it screwed down, but that's kind of what we ended up with. It's not straight, it's not perfect. Nothing about this truck is, but we got a leather floor, double insulated, harness leather on top. That's kind of what the finished product's going to look like. Plus a seat would be good. But yeah, the wife just said it's time to eat, so I'm going to quit the video here and go eat some dinner. Y'all have a nice day.